Welcome to In The Fieldhouse, Season 2, Episode 3.
Episode 3, bro.
We did it.
We did it. We were close to not doing one this week.
We were really close. This is a really busy week.
This is a tarot time podcast this week.
Oh, it sure is.
Better than a year break. So.
It's better than a year break, but we're here. And I feel like we have a lot of interesting things to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like our soapbox is sturdy beneath our feet.
Sturdy soapbox.
That's it. Sounds like a really good band name. Jim Taro and the Sturdy Soapbox.
That's us. Yeah. So there was a lot that happened in the last week or so in youth sports, in incidents, I think that directly relate to what we talk about.
Yeah, it's controversial things.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. You're still too far away from the microphone. I love you though.
All right, Goldilocks, how are we feeling? Am I good?
I had you far away before because you were saying you were cutting out, so I was testing it.
You're like, sit back, sit forward, sit back, sit forward.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you.
Am I good?
Listen, you're beautiful.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And I'm just trying to make you sound on video as beautiful as you are in person.
Wow, laying
right.
it on thick,
That's
bro.
right.
Laying it on thick.
That's how you do it, boys.
All right. All right. Throw it at me, bro. What we got?
All right. This week, I want to talk about those incidents. And I want to talk about specifically how you handle talking to officials.
Me.
And how you manage officials during a game and also not during a game. And I also want to talk about some solutions that we could do or implement.
All right. Let's jump in.
So, yeah, there was a ton of incidents in the past week. I'm going to talk about one in Montana first. Actually happened in December, but it made news in the last week because of the reaction to it. But long story
in the last week? It's taking some time.
Yes, but it's because of... All right, anyways.
Just go.
Yeah, see, you interrupted me.
Relax. Go.
So, in Montana, in Butte, I think it's Butte.
Butte.
Is it Butte?
Yeah, I think it's Butte.
It's not Butte.
It's
not Butte.
It's not
Every
butt.
time I look at it, I think it's Butte. Sorry,
It's
people
not
from
Butte
or
Butte.
Butte.
My grandmother was from Butte.
Oh, really?
Fun fact.
I didn't know that.
I say from. She lived in Ireland first, but then for a good amount of time. Butte, Montana.
Ah, yes. The Great Migration to Butte, Montana.
Great migration.
Anyways. So there was a basketball tournament in December.
Basketball. Angry Air.
Angry Air, man.
From those from season 1.
Yeah.
That Angry Air.
Oh, Angry Air in basketball. But there was a basketball tournament in Butte, Montana, and a parent jumped over a railing and kicked and spit on a ref.
Oh my God.
To make matters worse, this parent is also the head coach of the local soccer team for the school.
A coach.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude. Yeah. Cardinal sin right there.
That is a cardinal sin.
Wow. Hold on. Wow.
Now, obviously, we don't know.
Wait, I'm sorry. Head coach of what?
Soccer.
Was it like a school?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of all things, not like a rec coach of a school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because that angry air gets bottled up in the gym, bro.
It does.
In soccer, it can disperse.
Yeah.
The air. No. Open the gym door, bro. Open the gym door. Straight from my nose.
Put it over here and then turn it to the side just a little bit.
The thing you told me not to do earlier.
Sorry. Well, listen, we're learning. We're learning as we do this.
We are part of the Leering Center.
Wow. Oh, man.
Put that one aside.
Yeah.
I put
that one on the side.
Put it in. Oh, take it right back out.
All right. Anyways,
dude.
Yeah. So we don't know, obviously, the backstory behind what happened with that official. We don't know. We don't know.
I mean, I don't really care. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care what the background is if you're spitting and kicking at someone.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. But.
Do we know how old the kids were? Not that it. Not that it makes a
It
difference.
was a youth tournament. That's the only
but
thing
I would like to know.
I would
Okay.
like to know as well, but I don't know, as we said here.
Mhm.
But yeah, there was that incident. So that was something. And
Do we know
then
if it was male or female?
it was a female.
Female, right?
It was a
Okay, female.
female.
Yeah, that's what we said. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure. So I had that in my brain. I wasn't sure if I was right. Man.
Right?
Okay.
Again, we don't know the backstory, but should it matter? No.
No.
Anyways.
I mean, to kick and spit. Honestly, spit.
To spit.
I don't know why it's worse for me, but it's worse.
Well, it's like
You spit at someone.
remote assault.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is like
Are you a velociraptor?
what?
Like from Jurassic Park, when the velociraptor like spits.
Oh, all right. Listen, all right.
Yeah.
It sounds like she is a velociraptor.
I guess so.
I would hope so. Honestly, I hope she is.
If she is, it would make
I
a
hope
lot
she was
more
possessed
sense.
by one. It would make a lot more sense.
Yeah. Poison spit.
Oh God, poison. Oh, dude, that's deep. Poison spit, bro. That's deep. That's wild. But we don't know why.
No.
I mean, again.
Nope. Don't know.
Wow. We just know that.
And I think it's safe to say we don't care.
Well, I mean, I'm interested,
I'm interested.
but it does not change my thoughts on how awful that is.
It's true.
Awful.
It is true. So there was that incident. Then
And I will say that, I'm sorry. I will say this. As I'm going through my daughter's basketball season, and again, basketball, new situation for me. I played it in church league for one season, made one basket. That was it. But I'm watching these games and I'm like, hey, that's Mike. I'm sorry. No, it wasn't. That was Steve. Remember? I mean, if it's Mike or Steve, it doesn't matter. But I look, I'm like, hey, that's Steve. He umpired my last game because he doesn't just ref basketball. He also umpires softball. And it's like, and there have been other coaches who's like, yeah, we see him. He also refs basketball. And I'm like, you gonna see him again? So like, she refs soccer. You might see that broski again, or femski, siski, if you will. Either ways, right turn. You might see him again.
Yeah.
And it's because they're not just one sport.
Yeah. And I think that's gonna be
The theme.
That's gonna be a theme here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a theme.
You're gonna see these people again, whether it be parents or refs or whatever. You're gonna see them again, guaranteed.
If for no other reason, the universe isn't that kind that they are gonna put that person there, and then you will never have to see them again. Like that's just not how the universe works.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's true.
And it'll probably be at a pivotal time because there's always a test, bro.
It's always a test.
Always a test. But anyways.
Yeah, so there was that incident, and then there was also a 100 kid person brawl at a youth sports flag football game in Arizona. It involved
Flag? Okay.
It involved 4 teams.
4 teams.
4 teams.
Oh, so this is legit. This isn't just like rec, like a recreational.
No, this was at a tournament.
Boopity bop. Okay, so
this is
backpedal
difficult
for a second
because we don't really have a lot of
We're not
flag football. around
Yeah,
here.
I mean, I don't. Not that I've seen. I
Not
mean, I've
that we've
seen.
seen, yeah.
I've seen like I say recreational, but yeah, recreational. I've seen recreational flag football,
Mm.
but I haven't seen like flag football tournaments.
I think flag football is growing. Is my understanding, and I think either today or the other day you mentioned that there's like growing women's flag football.
I know I've seen like I've been tagged in some stuff, or somehow it comes up on my news feed about women's flag football and how like colleges were recruiting for it. Now I say recruiting, I use that lightly. I don't think that anyone's getting any money for it.
Sure.
I could be wrong, but
Who
I
knows?
don't think so. But I see it growing just by the clickety clicks that I make sometimes
Right.
to see what's going on.
The
But yeah,
clickety-clicks.
I'm seeing it come here. So I don't know if it's, you said, where was this? Arizona?
Arizona.
Yeah, I don't know about it over there.
The reporting on it's kind of vague right now because I think with 100 people involved, it's really difficult to probably sort through all the details.
Yeah.
But they did say it was players, coaches, and parents that were involved and fans.
Do we know where it began?
The only thing they said,
coach versus coach, coach versus ref, kid versus kid.
They only said, the only reporting I saw was that it was 4 teams that were antagonizing each other. They didn't say whether that was player to player, player to coach, coach to player, coach to coach, parent to parent. They didn't say. So right now, new detail. And this only happened Sunday, so this is relatively new.
Yeah. Was there any video attached to it?
I'm sure. I didn't see it specifically. I probably can go seek it out. Maybe post it to our socials.
Yeah. Anything that we mentioned today, we will post.
Yeah.
So everyone can see, make their own conclusions, and just see what we're referencing.
Yeah. Because I don't 100% know what's going on with that.
It's so tough. Because, all right, if I can imagine it correctly, which I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to go down this road. I see player v player going at it, and I'm sure player v player go at it. So now coach and coach come in to pull them apart along with other players, and then player, trying to pull each other off, and then they get swiped, and then now they're part of the heat. And then this one gets hit, now they're part of it. So when they're trying to break it up, but then they become victims of the brawl, then it keeps going. I can see that happening, unfortunately.
But
Don't make it right.
But I do see that, and we've seen that in countless sports that we've all seen. But the question is, how do the parents / fans get involved?
Oh, it's because it's your kid, bro. It's your kid, bro.
I get
At
it.
the end of the day, you see someone pounding on your baby, and you're going to come at them.
I get it.
That's it. I see it with the littles, and I see it, I'm sure it's throughout.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. Bringing us to our next thing. And I will read, this was submitted by my good friend Kim. She sent this to me in a message, and I am going to read the article. So out of Florida, it was Winter Haven, Florida. Oh. Dead air, Gary, dead air. Where's the thing?
Dead air. Ooh, I just got a notification. Our dishwasher finished its cycle.
Oh, good. So I've got a cup in there that I'm waiting.
A cup.
I say cup, my travel mugs. I know. As much as I have 1 billion, there is.
Everyone watching can see your broken iPhone.
But I will say they don't see my broken nails.
It's true.
Like last time.
Yeah, you got the neutral colors.
There's some sparkle in there.
All right.
Which my
sparkly neutral.
My nail artist is not a huge fan of because it takes forever to get off, but I just can't not sparkle.
Nail artist. Is that like a sandwich artist but for nails?
I do not know how to answer that politically correct. Why do you say sandwich artist?
That's what they call the people at Subway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually really appreciate that.
Sandwich artist, man.
I like to think when I put my order in that I am also a sandwich artist.
You are. You are a sandwich visionary. They are the sandwich artists.
Very true. Very true. I give them my ideas, but they make it happen.
It's true.
Essentially.
It's true.
All right. A bench clearing brawl erupted at a teen baseball tournament in Florida when a player's father allegedly threw fists after becoming enraged at an umpire's call. January 17th. It all started when an umpire delivered a warning to the coach, 25-year-old coach of one of the teams. Enraged, the father of a player on the team allegedly approached the umpire's father. So the umpire's father was watching the game, which we're going to put a pin in that. Yep. Umpire's father, with whom police said he already had bad blood, and started to fight him, pushing and eventually punching him. The umpire tried to break up the scuffle, which is the son, only to be sucker punched from behind by the coach. What a move. By this point, the team cleared the dugout and allegedly joined in what had become an all-out brawl. So these are 17-year-olds. So I'm going to assume 15 to 17 or 16 to 18, something like that. Mm-hmm. One witness jumped on the umpire to shield him and was struck. Meanwhile, the 17-year-old son of the offending coach's team joined the fight and kicked the umpire while he was on the ground.
Mm.
The teen was eventually pulled away from the umpire, only to immediately re-engage once he was let go. The umpire was then transported to a local hospital to be treated for his injuries. His father did not require medical attention. The coach and the dad and the son were all arrested and charged with battery on a sports official during an event.
Which is a newer law in Florida, because that's where this happened.
Do you know when that came out?
I don't.
That law?
I don't, but I know it's a newer law that is in response to all this craziness we're seeing.
Dude, wild. So, a briefing. Umpiring, young guy. I think, did he say that was 21?
21.
21. His dad was in the stands, which, may I say, I have encountered a lot of that too, where the umpire brings a wingman in case things get wild.
Yes.
And rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
I completely get it. And I hate to admit this and say this, but if I was umpiring, I'd probably want you to come.
Yeah.
Because people will mess with me before they mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it makes me so mad that that's the world that we live in. And I'm female. This is a kid. And who knows if he said, Dad, don't worry about it. Dad, don't worry about it. And Dad's like, no, I'm coming. But either way, that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. And the fact that the parents started beefing with the umpire's dad, and then they're going at it. And then the coach comes in. Like, what a fool.
What a fool.
On the coaches, like, dude, you're never, if anyone hires you again to coach, I judge them.
Yes.
Significantly.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter to me what the actual story is. It really doesn't.
For you to leave the field to go be involved in an altercation in the stands.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
that's a problem.
Now, I want to believe he was going to break it up and in the melee somehow accidentally punched the ref. Or the ump. That's what I want to believe.
Yeah.
But none of the reporting is saying that. And the video doesn't really show that.
Well, and part of it too, how, like, for the coach to come out of the dugout into the stands to help break up that fight, where are the other people?
Where are all the other parents standing around going, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, which is typical during an incident like this, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, but to let it go on, wild.
Yeah.
But also, he was obviously part of the problem. So he already got a warning. He already got a warning. Did it say what the warning was about?
No, it did not. Or at least I didn't see what it said the warning was
I didn't
about.
catch. Hold on.
In what you just read, it didn't say it. In what I have read, I don't think it said what the warning was about. Does it matter?
It doesn't, and it does. I mean, unless the warning had to do with something in gameplay, like, batting out of order, or, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
does it matter? I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter if the warning is about the color of his shoes or
it doesn't matter what the warning is in terms of him then going at the guy and giving him a swift one.
Yeah.
But I'm like, was he already a problem? Like, was he like, what was the initial? I just want to know.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to what it just says delivered a warning.
Delivered a warning is the only thing I've seen.
But also it mentions in here that they had previous beef.
Yes.
So there we go again. You never know when you're going to see this person again.
Right.
Even when they're going to be in a position of power, and then you're going to be on the opposing end to it. Mm-hmm. And then you walk into it thinking, oh my God, it's this guy. All right. So you're already putting yourself in an awful situation because you have prior beef with that guy and now you have him again.
Right.
So like now you're already under the watchful eye. Mm-hmm. Your team is already under the watchful eye.
Right.
The kids have to watch how you react. And they're watching, bro.
Yeah.
They're watching. Like, they're watching. And this is the tough thing, too. He's actually in a worse position. He's got kids that are almost adults.
Yeah.
17. That kid was 17. So he's really watching what you're doing and mirroring what you're doing. Like, when they're 10 and they mirror you, you can correct that. So I was wrong. Shouldn't, like, you can't do that, whatever. But like, as they get older, they don't have much time before they're not in your jurisdiction anymore.
That behavior didn't come from magic.
Yeah. No, it came from the game in reality, and whichever. That's
modeled behavior.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
modeled
that is.
Behavior. Absolutely.
That's what
behavior
that is.
that's playing, and which I cannot pin that on the coach, because
No.
the dad is the one that approached the
100%.
umpire. But it also goes to show it's not just about talent. When you get to that age, it is not just about talent.
How many times do you hear coaches, like higher level coaches, college, NBA, NFL, women's NBA, whatever.
Yeah.
They talk about recruiting, and one of the things they talk about, especially in college, is all the kids have a high level of talent. They know that.
Yeah.
But it's not there when they go watch a kid at a game, watch a girl, a guy, whatever at a game, they're not necessarily watching the X's and O's.
No.
They're watching how they interact with their teammates. They're watching how they interact with their coaches and how they interact with their parents. They're watching what happens when the kid gets sat.
Yep.
Because the kid needs to learn how to sit.
Yeah.
And
they need to learn how to sit. They need to learn how to cheer others on. They need to know. And when we say how to sit, what are you doing when you're sitting?
Right.
Are you picking your nails? Are you waving to mom? Are you locked into the game still, despite the fact that you are not in the game right now?
Because you can gather different and more information when you're on the bench.
Yeah.
You can see the whole field or court or whatever when you're on the bench, and you can learn patterns and learn, and that's an important skill, right? And really, what a coach is actually seeing is, does this person fit my culture?
Yeah.
That's the bigger question, because and I'll tell you what doesn't fit almost any culture at any college or any professional organization, and that is a kid that's going to leave the dugout to go be involved in a fight in the stands.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not, and they're going to see how do they react to those outside environmental things?
Right.
How do they react?
Right.
Like how do the parents rope them in?
Right.
Like, is mom barking at you from the stands, talking to your other kid in the dugout?
Right.
Because I'll tell you, in college, nope, not going to happen. And I say nope, not going to happen. Like, we're not going to deal with it. Like, not even going to deal with it. So
nothing to do with that.
You can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, not even like we won't stand for it. It's like, we just won't take you.
Right. There's so many other talented kids. Why would they waste their time?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all. But that is insane.
That situation's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a more insane situation.
Oh, little Jim Taro, what you got? What you got?
What was the other submitted incident?
Oh, all right. Coach Pete submitted an incident. That's the one you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Oh, do you want me to introduce it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hot dog. Okay. So, was it out of Hershey, Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. AU Little Mites
Yep.
hockey. They're playing their hockey game. I think it was halfway through. Was it halfway through
It was halftime of a
semi-pro?
It's
or
professional, but I think it's like a P. Bruins kind of.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, right. Semi-pro event. They were playing a game, and then all of a sudden, our little 8U friends start brawling.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us more, JT.
And the fans are cheering it on. Nobody's breaking it up.
Nobody's and more chill. So 2 kids throwing off the gloves, start going at it. And then what happens when everyone around them starts cheering? What happens?
All of them join in.
They all join in. Why? Because 1, this is what they see professionals doing. 2, they have a stadium of people cheering them on. No one's stopping them. No ref is over there breaking it up. No coach is over there breaking it up. I'm going to say that I don't think there was a ref.
There was not. No,
Yeah, I don't, because it was just a halftime scrimmage, whichever.
Exhibition, yeah.
Yeah. So there wasn't, but no coaches over there bringing it up. Nope. They're just going to keep going. Now the goalie from the other net's coming on down, and they're wailing. Insane. It's tough. I understand getting wrapped into the excitement of hockey. I get it. But let's backtrack and think morality. Does that make sense to teach kids to do?
See, this is right here is where I lose my hockey friends.
Oh, Jim Taro.
This is my hockey soapbox.
Sayonara.
Okay. I am not a hockey person. I'll watch it if it's there, whatever, but I'm not a hockey person. But I will say this. Here is my strong, hot opinion. Mm-hmm. Strong and hot.
Strong and hot.
Like I like my coffee.
There you go.
If you're going to allow the adults to fight, you also have to let the kids fight.
Oh, wow. Well, it sounds like that's what they did.
But conversely,
yeah,
if you're not going to let the kids fight, you can't let the adults fight. And I say this, the first one I say almost facetiously. Obviously, we don't want the kids fighting.
Yeah.
But you're letting adults fight, and everybody loves the fights in hockey. Trust me, I've been to hockey games. Everybody loves watching the fights. That's fun. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, if you let the adults fight and the kids watch the adults, the kids are going to do what the adults do. And then what happens at a younger level? You suspend them, or you put them in the penalty box, or I don't even know what the penalty. I have heard some of the penalties, but like some of it, you get suspended for games. How does that make sense? So I get suspended for a game for doing something I'm watching my heroes on TV do, but I can't do that. To me,
everyone says it's part of the game. It's part of the game. Oh, in the comments on that video, which the comments are always awful no matter what.
In what sport? In what other sport is it okay where I get mad at the other team? Because there's always emotion in sports.
Mm-hmm.
But in what other sport I get mad at the other team and then I can punch them? That's wild.
Yeah. Well, think of it. In baseball, softball, if you intentionally clip them, you're out. You're ejected, bro.
Ejected. Just for putting your shoulder down.
Yeah, that's it. A little chin music. They don't like that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, from the shoulder down. What's that? What sport is that?
No. I'm saying like you're saying, okay, when you said clipped, I thought you meant like you're running past first base and you drop a shoulder and hit the first baseman.
No. Well, yeah. No, I'm saying as a pitcher.
Yeah, as a pitcher. That makes more sense.
That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you will get called on that.
Yeah.
You will get called on that.
Mm-hmm.
But in hockey,
it's encouraged.
It's encouraged and expected.
It's encouraged.
Well, and let's bring it back to where it always is. Ching, 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 ching. The more they fight, the more people want to watch. The more people want to watch, the more money we make with ads, more money we make with viewership.
I don't agree.
Really?
I don't agree.
You don't believe in big hockey?
I mean, I didn't know this was a conspiracy pod about big hockey, but
pretty much always going to be a conspiracy pod, whatever I'm on. Always going to be. It's always going to be. Just be ready.
But hockey, the fighting in hockey has existed long before big hockey, if you will.
It's always been there. We've just been feeding the monster.
I guess so. But I just don't understand. And again, maybe it's because I'm not a hockey person, but how can you allow fighting to be such an integral part of the game in professional sports, but then tell the amateurs that they're not allowed to do it? That's makes no sense to me.
I agree with you.
But
I don't agree that kids should be fighting.
Right. I know
what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Yes. But I can't get behind it.
Well, you know what? Maybe the kids should be fighting. Hang on. Hear me out.
Right.
If you're going to say it's part of your sport, karate exists. and kids fight in karate.
Yep.
They do that.
That's true.
So
it is the point of karate.
Maybe there's a safe way for them to do it, and maybe that's what needs to be taught. I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right.
All I'm saying is if you're going to let the adults fight, you have to let the kids fight. And if you're going to not let the kids fight, like I think you should not let the kids fight, then you can't let the adults fight.
Okay. All right.
That's my soapbox.
Fair soapbox.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
We're here. You're welcome. We are here on your sturdy soapbox.
But all these incidents are nuts. Really, what I wanted to ask about was how you handle and how you manage officials and umpires in games, because I think out of all the coaches I've ever seen, I'm not just saying this because you are my lovely bride, you handle the umpires and the officials better than anyone I've ever seen.
Wow, thanks.
So, like, what is your approach in a game, leading up to a game, post game? Like, what does that look like for you?
Well, I mean, I try to, first of all, before the game, I look to see who my umpire is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have the luxury of doing that. I don't know if other organizations can, other sports, but I can always look to see who it is.
Oh, you're saying like on like a on your
I will
phone.
look on League View and see who my umpire is.
Oh, okay.
Because honestly, that's part of my strategy. If it's an umpire I know that calls him low, I'm not putting in a picture that lets him hang.
Right.
I'm not. It's going to be bad for her. It's not, and it's just the way it is. And even in my teaching, when it comes to pitching, like, it's funny because I recently saw an Olympian talking about pitching, and she says not to frame your pitching around the umpire. But in my mind, as a coach at the younger levels, I have to. As you get older, you can adjust, but when you're younger, you can't adjust. It's just going to show frustration.
You don't have the skill to adjust.
You don't have the skill. You don't have the skill. It's not developed yet. As you get older, you play your game because you know how to work to the batter as well. But when they're younger, you have to look. So I usually look to see who it is. A, to figure out who my pitcher is going to be, but then B, to just know how the game's going to go. Because there are some that I can be a little, I can be, and there are some that I don't even know. So, there's umpires that are going to show up and I don't know them. So I know I have to feel it out and see what their perspective is. I usually go into, I've had younger girls the past 2 years. So I'll say to them, I'm like, listen, this is 10U. We want the girls to want to pitch. We want the girls to want to hit. We want them to be able to want to do stuff. So I would appreciate a big strike zone if you're cool with that. You're saying that to the umpire. To the umpire. And I usually will say that with the other coach as well. Like, that's where I'm at because I want them to stay. Obviously, once they go beyond 10s, I'm not going to approach it that way because it's no longer the instructional game. But usually I'll go up to them. I introduce myself. If I know them, I'll be like, hey, Steve, how you doing? Or whichever. But I try to keep it light because I know I'm going to see them again. And I know it because some of them were umpires when I was a kid. And now they're umpires. And now I know I'm going to see them again. And you want to know where I'm going to see them? In a championship game. I know that. Like, just know that right now, people. Just know right now, you're going to get that umpire, not in a regular scrimmage, not in a consolation pool play game, which I don't even know if we have them in softball. Oh, no, we've had them like once, if there's too many people in the pool. But anyways, that's not when you're going to see them. You're going to see them in your most important game. So just know a couple of things. One, if you don't agree, turn and walk away. Turn and walk away. Take a deep breath. Everyone's looking at you. The players are looking at you for your reaction. Don't let them use whatever is bothering you as their excuse. I don't want the kid coming to me saying, oh, well, it's the umpire. They're not calling this, not calling that. No, you need to adjust. That's it. And no, the game knows. So, bad call comes your way. Okay, deep breath. I'm saying walk away. You don't have to leave the facility or the field. Just walk down the base path for a little bit. Come on back. And then know the next call more than likely will go in your favor. And if it's not the next one, it'll be the one after that. And I'm saying the close calls. Okay? They know. As an umpire, they know.
They know.
Even think of yourself as a coach when you're scrimmaging. If you've ever been a coach that scrimmages, that you're calling balls and strikes, you know that one that you called was on the edge a little bit. The next one on the edge, you know you're going to give it to the other person. So if before you gave it to the pitcher, now you're going to give it to the batter.
And that may not be a conscious thought, but it happens subconsciously for sure.
For sure. And I bet with umpires too, like because they've been in the game so long, it is just a subconscious thought. They just know. So just know the next one's going to go in your favor.
But I'd like to say on the other side of that, if you start becoming a thorn in the side of that umpire, that official, then those close calls don't go to you.
No, they're not going to go to you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And it might not be hey, I don't like this guy, so I'm not giving him calls, but I'm not doing him any favors at this point.
Yeah. No, they won't do you any favors.
Right.
At all whatsoever.
And to kind of go off what you're saying as far as softball, it's interesting because in basketball, there's a little bit of discussion with the refs at the beginning of the game, but there's not a lot. And honestly, I wish there was a little bit more versus softball has, and baseball does the same thing. They have that plate meeting, right? Where both coaches come in, the refs come in, or the umps come in and have a discussion. Mm-hmm. And generally it's the same thing every time.
Yeah, it's usually about the field conditions and, whatever, if there's special, rules in the tournament or of the age group, something like that.
I wish basketball would do that. And maybe it does it in other places. I don't see it around here. Like a formal meeting like that. I think informally it occurs in most cases, but not always.
Yeah. I wish it would too, because especially in rec, or if we're doing like our league does Sunday scrimmages where, the girls are suited, we're playing 2 games, but it's not counting towards anything. Yes, for softball. And I can talk to the coach and the umpire and say, and as I said before, like, this is what we need to teach the girls.
Right.
Like we need the open strike zone. Like for a rec for you, and this is me, a softball person saying basketball, but like in this game, can you make sure to call travels so they know what it is? I'd rather them know what it is now so that when they get to the travel, know what it is because it's part of the game.
Yeah.
But it'll help travel girls know when traveling is taking place. And I'd rather them learn it in rec in a safer environment versus the travel when, now the game is on the line and every moment counts.
Yeah. See, in basketball, the things we see people complain about the most are like the foul calls. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, that was a foul, or oh, that wasn't a foul, which like is kind of a mystery to most people how that actually works. But I think what you said when like you're not going to change a call when an umpire or a ref makes a call, right? If they think that contact is not a foul, it's probably not going to be a foul throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
Right. So like you said, you need to adjust as a player. And part of being an athlete is learning to adjust to the environment. Mm-hmm. And that environment includes how the officials are officiating the game.
Yeah.
And that also includes if they're inconsistent, because there are some officials that it's a foul or it's a strike sometimes, and it's not a foul and it's not a strike other times.
Well, I'd rather go to my girls and say, guys, I just talked to the umpire. We agreed on an open strike zone.
Sure.
So if anything's close, I need to see you swing because it's going to be a strike.
Mm-hmm. Or, hey, guys, we've had this umpire before. He has a really tight strike zone. So if you don't think it's a strike, don't swing at the ball.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of it too. Like, know who the umpire is. And instead of arguing with them every time, understand like, okay, this game is going to be a game of adversity for my girls. I'm going to be proactive and get them ready in their head for this.
Yeah.
So don't come at me that the umpire's not calling strikes because I told you what their strike zone was. All right. And now is your time to adjust. And we know that there's going to be a challenge here, and we're going to try to address it the best that we can. And part of that is just being proactive in general. For example, going to the umpire saying, listen, we have a problem with, I've seen in this tournament that girls have been leaving the base early. Can you keep an eye on that? Look for it. Tell me if you see my girls doing it so I can talk to them. Because a lot of the time, if it's 10U first year, they'll let it go and they'll come for a warning. But if I talk to them about it proactively, now we have an established relationship about this.
Right.
In basketball, what I've noticed, and what you're saying is they don't really have that discussion. Imagine if they did, because we've seen in the middle of games, coaches saying, if you're not calling this foul, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Now, had they had a conversation with, this is what I am calling, this is what I'm going to see and give you a warning about, then at that point, we are on the same page here.
Mm-hmm.
If you have played with a team that you know has a reputation for X, talk to the umpire about it first.
Right.
If you know that your team has a reputation and you're working on X, tell the umpire. Because I'll tell you one thing too. Umpires, referees, whoever, they're there because they love the sport.
Yeah.
Not because they're getting paid.
Right.
Because they're not getting paid tons of money.
No.
They're there because they love the sport.
Mm-hmm.
They are probably former coaches. And I like to appreciate that. I like when an umpire says, hey, when you slid in there, you didn't tuck your foot the right way, you can get hurt. I would love if they said that. Because guess what? I can't see everything. Right. And my coaches can't see everything.
Sure.
But they're right there. I like it when umpires will coach my kids, because I want my kids to, that's part of the respect of all of it. Know that coach that umpire was a coach too. And they know what they're talking about. They're there because they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And part of it too, establish that relationship so you can comfortably ask them questions in a tactful way to learn what they're all about and to better learn the game yourself if you need to.
That I like.
And sometimes there's just different interpretations of a rule, and I want to know what their interpretation is so I can adhere to it.
It's not even just interpretations. It's also how you physically see especially like a bang bang play go down.
Yeah.
Like everybody sees it differently, right? And it's all from different angles. And you're right, interpretations may differ, but a lot of times it's just physically what you see. And if a play is bang bang, like immediate moments, like sometimes, you see them slide in, you see the foot touch. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you see the glove. Like a million and one things.
And one thing to think about too, umpires know when they made a bad call.
Yes.
If you call them on it, then you don't give them the opportunity to give it back to you, which is what we kind of said earlier.
Right.
But do understand that if they go back on a call because you came up and said something, they know the rest of the game is going to be...
You own them.
Yeah, you won't. Yeah, is going to be havoc.
And they don't want that.
No.
More importantly, they know... It may not be they know if they made a bad call. They know if they made a very close call that could be seen either way. Mm-hmm. And kind of like we said, it's like... And especially like they hear the parents react, they hear the bench or they hear the dugout react, whatever. And they know like, okay, maybe I wasn't 100% right. Maybe they're not even saying that, but they're at least saying that was a close call.
I will say too, actually, this brings me to an instance I had in a game where an umpire so a girl was running through first. She was clearly safe. And an umpire on the slide said, call me on that. And I was like, timeout, threw my hands up, asked for an appeal, and won the appeal because he knew it was wrong. He knew it was wrong. And that would not have happened if I didn't already previously have a relationship with this person.
Right.
If I didn't have a good relationship with this person.
Right.
That's it. If I went in hot, it would have been a problem. But I didn't. And from the beginning, I didn't. And they said, call me on it. And I mean, nobody else knew that he said that to me. He said, call me on it. Okay. Throw my hands up.
Interesting. And so.
But he's also someone who knows that I'm not going to, I don't I'm not throwing appeals left and right. I'm not stopping the game at all.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So I brought up the Montana basketball incident, and I kind of breadcrumbed that it has recently caught attention, though it happened in December.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because there is a ref in that area that hosts a podcast. We'd love to have you on, by the way. And he has said he is not doing any basketball tournaments in that area anymore because there is no accountability and there's no administrators at these games. And so the coaches and the fans can just do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings me to the question of what do we do? Right? I think a lot of things have been tried recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I've come up with a unique and interesting solution. I was thinking about construction companies.
Okay.
So when, let's say you're doing a large construction project in this state. Okay. And you're that's actually where it came from, but we're just not going to go there right now. Freaking Washington Bridge.
Oh, death. Death is preferred.
Yes.
Preferred.
But that's where the thought came from is our Washington Bridge debacle in the U.S. In Rhode Island. So when you're a large construction company and you're doing a project like that, the state requires you to put up a bond.
Okay.
And so they say, okay, in order for you to do this project, you have to give us a check for $150,000. And if you mess something up, if you don't perform to what you say you're going to perform to, we keep that money. Right now, it's obviously a lot more for a project like that. What if we had bonds for teams? Okay. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Each team has to pay, call it $50 a kid. So for a basketball team, $500, or softball team, $600, whatever it is. And that money is paid into the league. And
to like the governing body.
There's different ways to do it, but hear me out for a second. Let's just say league level. Okay. That money's paid into the league. If there are no incidents with that team, at the end of the year, they get that money back. However, if there are incidents, that money is taken away at some kind of predetermined rate. And so they get less money back. So as a parent, if I want my kid to be in your league, I'm paying $50 for my kid to be in. And at the end of the season, I get that $50 back.
That's too cheap, but continue.
But you hear the concept.
I get the concept. Yep.
Right. And then I was like, okay, that's not bad on a league level. You're right. It's too cheap. It's not enough, I think, to deter people. So I kind of expanded that because I had the exact same thought. I'm like, $50. Most people, like, there's some people that's like, that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Most people are like, whatever. I'll yell at a ref for $50.
Yeah. Yep.
It's terrible to say. A bigger concept is, what if these governing bodies required individual player insurance? Right? So in order for you to play in basketball and softball, say USA softball, USA softball requires you to be insured as a player.
Yeah. And
if you as a parent cause problems that escalate up into USA softball or whoever, right? The governing body, they can increase your insurance rate because, for example, if you're a constant problem at games, maybe they need to have a police detail there. That costs real money. Or maybe they need to pay refs more to ref your game. right? Because the other problem we're seeing is there are refs that are like, I'm not reffing those two teams.
Yeah.
No way. They always go at it. I want nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But if all of a sudden you're saying to the refs, hey, instead of, $60 a game, we're going to give you $150 a game to go ref this game, right? And that extra money gets paid for out of those teams' bonds or those teams' insurance. So now there is a financial penalty to you acting a fool.
Yeah, but our ref's just going to be like, listen, I need more money. I'm not, you know what I mean? They're just going to.
Right. So that's kind of what I struggled with. It was like, you can't have a direct incentive to refs to like ring parents up for.
I do say this though, and I know this in softball, and I'm sure with other, like every game has some kind of streaming game changer.
Oh, that was my other point. Yes.
So that's it. Like if there's a penalty against you, you have the video, throw it there.
In 2026, if you are not recording and streaming your games, I think you're doing something wrong.
What are you doing? Why would you
put
not?
a parent in charge of it? Put
Why
somebody
would you
in charge.
Not? Like,
I think you have, and honestly, as a league, I think the league should be recording every game too.
Yeah, just a CYA.
Mm-hmm.
But part of it too. Think of the other day we were at the bomb shelter that's known as my child's elementary school gym, and we couldn't get any streaming. So that's also the thing. You have to make sure that there's streaming available.
But you can record.
Oh, hot diggity. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Jeez, look at that.
But and that was honestly my fault. Yep.
Benched.
I know. I could have just recorded it instead of trying to stream it.
Wow.
But
so cheap.
I know.
Ugh.
Well, you know what it was? I pushed the streaming button and then I walked away instead of making sure that it was
streaming. Yeah.
So, and that was a mistake. But regardless, my point is that one, my ridiculous idea of some kind of financial penalties, bonding, player insurance, something like that, I think is viable. Maybe it needs to be tweaked. But two, every single game should be recorded.
Yeah, I agree. Everything. There's no reason for every game shouldn't be recorded. And one thing to consider too, like as you're talking about this, and I know that this idea is floated in my brain, your ideas at least give you money back. In my mind, I'm like, well, sounds like the tournament has to have a detail.
Right.
Sounds like whatever, like there has to be a cop there. And peeps, if you don't want your tuition to go up even more, which mind you, tuition's already wild. It's already wild. And it's wild because uniforms are expensive, tournaments are expensive, umpires are getting more expensive because of all the shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it firsthand.
Less people want to umpire.
Yeah. Why would you want to if you're going to get verbally abused during your favorite game?
Right.
Anyways, but it's just going to be more expensive. That's it. That's it. So at least with your way, you get your money back. Like with my way, you just lose it and there's a cop there. And dude, just think of the insanity. Like if a cop is there and has to do something, people are getting charged, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's a quick way to stop it.
That's what they do. And that was kind of my point is like, if it gets to the point where, this particular team has a problem that like there's always an incident.
Yeah.
Then they require a police detail. No questions asked. And that money comes out of that bond or whatever you want to call it. And so now it to me, it just becomes an insurance issue. Like, and that's right now, these governing bodies just charge insurance. And as far as I know, nobody's paying any more than anybody else.
Yeah.
But I don't think that should be the case. I think there are teams that should be paying more. And I think those details should be being paid out of that insurance fund.
Dude, if you think people hop around teams now, you think teams are created and destroyed now, think of that.
Yeah, but
accountability, dude. Accountability. That's the bigger problem. People aren't accountable. There's no accountability.
But I'm
saying I'm lying. I know that there's stuff going on in order to create accountability. So I don't want to rip that away from anyone's what people, I know specifically in softball right now, what people are trying to do. Yeah. So I can't say there's no accountability, but
people are trying.
There's no lack.
Yeah. Basketball around here recently, your hair is bananas right now.
Keep talking. Distract them while I fix my hair.
Basketball right now is implementing site supervisors, or they have implemented site supervisors at all the games. And I think
PYA. BT Dubs. Coventry basketball. I'm repping basketball today, bro.
I got Rhode Island Crush. I think it's backwards, but Rhode Island Crush, which is our softball, and I'm rocking Fieldhouse.
Yeah. See, you're so much better than I am. So much better. But I'm proud to be wearing a different sport.
Yeah, you are.
I typically don't.
I'm proud of you.
There we go.
But yeah, basketball's done site supervisors for all the league and tournament games, and I think that's a good idea. I think it's a good start, and I think it needs a little bit of tweaking. But I like. At first, I was like, this is kind of silly," but now, I think it actually has purpose, and I think it's a good start.
I think they should be armed.
Yeah, that's something.
All right, I retract my statement.
Yeah,
that was just for funsies.
It was just a joke. Haha.
But it won't have to happen.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't believe we're at that point.
We're not that far away.
We're not. I don't know. I really. Here's my conclusion, because I think we're at the part. We're at 56 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up here.
I truly think there needs to be some type of financial penalty towards parents and or teams that are consistent problems, and this includes coaches too. Let me be clear. Parents, coaches, and players that are a consistent issue. There needs to be some type of financial penalty. I am suggesting some type of bond or individual player insurance or coach insurance or whatever. I don't know. Just an idea. But I think until, and that's just, all that is just one way for us to hold accountability to these players, coaches, and parents. It's mostly the parents.
And if you establish this accountability now, and I'm thinking of even the youngest players, it's going to be less expensive for you down the road.
Yeah.
Teach these kids not to do that baloney. And especially at a young age, they'll grow up to be better.
Because listen, if we don't fix this now, it's going to be required, right? You're going to have somebody at the State House or somewhere that says every single sports game needs to have a police detail.
Yeah.
Right? And
it's common.
So now, instead of paying $100 in ref fees, you're paying $100 plus another $200 for a police detail. So you're paying 3 times what you were just paying for a game. And so where does that money come from? And it's not coming from the league. It's coming from you.
It's coming from the parents.
So like, we as parents, we got to fix this now before the legislators all of a sudden say they have one option. That's to make a law.
Yeah.
And if I was sitting at the State House, my option would be, every sport, every game got to have a police.
And dude, I hate to, I'm going to a dark place right now.
Oh boy.
But we got to do it now.
We got to.
Before these incidents become more severe.
And they already have.
I mean, they have.
There's been coaches shot.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more,
Well, what ends up happening is bigger names.
Right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Figured I'd just take the whole tone down before we, let everyone go.
Appreciate it. Because, we were in such a light place last week.
We were in such a light place, and we really brought it to a lighter place this episode.
It was kind of light. It was kind of fun.
It was lighter.
Yeah.
Lighter. Jeez, we gotta I blame the snow.
It's the snow.
It's the snow.
We got this impending snowstorm. It's messing us all up.
Have fun in the snow, people.
Yeah. All right.
Love you. Bye.